your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please don't lose. Your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try.
Hello everybody and welcome to Echo Studio Live. We are here today. We have some really special guests today. We have someone who is probably one of my favorite artists. A man of many talents. A man who gives one of the best fades in all of the DMV area. Mr. Kerry Minter. How you doing, sir?
I'm great, man.
That's good. We also have next to me a lady who has done so much. She does a lot. She is a woman of many talents as well. We have Mrs. Shay.
Hi.
And we have a great show today. Also, we're going to be eating. Wow. Wow, we talk. So this is really interesting. This is really interesting.
So amazing.
I'm a little nervous. So
I'm not nervous.
We're gonna get it together. You're not nervous at all?
I'm not nervous at all.
All right. So anyway, what we have here, how does this food look?
It looks amazing. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even want to be on camera eating this.
I'm just saying, if you guys see me eat all of this food, like on camera, don't judge me.
Don't judge.
This is a judgment free zone.
It's really, it just looks really.
We might judge it a little bit.
And it's food. If you want to check her out. Food Love. Yeah, on Instagram, food catering. Like, this presentation is everything. Okay, it looked too pretty to eat, but it looked too pretty not to eat.
Oh no! So what we're gonna be talking about today? We're gonna be talking about music. We're gonna be talking food. And we're going to be talking current events. All right, so I want to start with you, Mr. Kerry. How you doing again, sir?
I'm all right.
So how you been holding out with this whole quarantine and corona, and how's that going?
You know, the quarantine actually has been quite a blessing because, I mean, I wasn't working for 3 months. However, I picked up some pretty interesting talents. And
well, don't tell them that. We're going to get to that. That's it.
Yeah. Like, just, the quarantine for me has been, aside from all the craziness that was happening in the streets,
right.
I think anybody who can come home to some type of peace and solitude, like away from the world, and just you were able to find like different parts of who you are. For me, quarantine definitely allowed me to spend a little more time with myself. We don't really have that. Just going back and forth, like work and back home or whatever. But the time off was definitely good for rediscovery.
Yeah. So what's something interesting that you discovered about yourself during this time of finding? I should say. Did you discover anything within yourself? Did you discover anything?
I discovered how to.
Why you talk? I'm gonna take a bite.
I am too. I'm sorry. I was trying to wait, but
I discovered pretty much like one of the things that, it's really good.
It's really good.
The things that sometimes we shy away from dealing with, because we're so busy, we don't really deal with a lot of the internal stuff. Like you have things you walked around with for quite some time and unresolved issues. And I know for me, like I had maybe like a few things I needed to go ahead and clean up, with inside of me. And the time I definitely was able to do that and move freely and forward.
Excuse me. This is good. And
It was really good.
we're not supposed to be. Check her out. Chef Cody. It's good. Miss Shay, how about you? How's quarantine treated you? How's COVID-19? I mean, it was a pretty scary time, and being locked in. Have you found that? Have you discovered any, something about yourself, or how's that been?
I discovered being home because I'm always busy.
Yeah.
Always on the go. I also discovered being a homeschool teacher because that was a lot of work. Plus, I was working from home too, so it was like, a lot of stuff I had to do. Zoom calls and webinars every single day, and helping my mom out with food pantry and stuff like that, giving out food. But I discovered that I kind of like being at home a little bit and just spending more time with my family and stuff. So, being home. But homeschool teaching is not for me. I used to teach a long time ago, but that is not my job. That is not something I want to do, especially, it wasn't like gradually given. It was like, this is what you have to do. Let's go ahead and take a stab at it and do your best at it. That's pretty much how it was.
Absolutely. I feel like homeschooling was kind of pushed on us as parents, and sometimes like my daughter, her teachers like would send out the Zoom call and they wouldn't even be there.
Oh wow!
Like,
Wow!
wait a minute, what's going on? And then we discovered that one kid, the parents weren't even home. There was a Zoom call. The parents not even on. Teacher said, "Where your parents?" I don't know. They're gone. So, anyways, pretty sure that was pretty awkward. Anyway, so Mr. Kerry, we're gonna get down to the reason why we're here. You are the man of the hour. You are the artist, as I like to refer you as we talked before. I don't see you as just a singer, because what you do with your music, you create art, right? So tell us a little bit about your music and what inspires you, and take us through how you create your art.
Okay. So, for me, like making music is it's from a deep place. Like, so giving a little bit of my history. My mom's a writer. My father was a drummer and a bass player, musician. Grandparents, my grandmother played the organ, keys. My grandfather played the lead guitar. So, just having that background, I heard many sounds growing up with music, Even though we were strict in church, we had a lot of other influences. And, I studied jazz in school. I sang with the honors chorale and chamber choir, so I did a little bit of classical. I sang with the gospel choir at school, So then I played the drums for like jazz band and pep band and marching band and all these bands. And so when I was able to put music to lyric, now I have all of these influences in my head. So for me, writing music, I always have to hear like harmonies. And when you hear harmonies for me is surrounding like the wind. So you know how when a person is standing, say, in the breeze, the harmony is what's blowing past them. So it's like creating the atmosphere. So if the breeze is really strongly, and that's the harmonies, the back vocals are singing very strongly and they have a lot of harmonies. If the breeze is a light breeze, then in the song the harmony is more lighter and it's kind of blowing past them to create that environment,
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the atmosphere for the song. And then for me, so I'll write something like, for instance, on the album, you'll hear a lot of background influence. It's very simple, and then you'll hear the lead kind of going in and out, just breathing it in. So for me, when I write music, I like to create atmospheres. Like, it's not just hard songs that you sing and I don't have no trap music. Don't worry about that. Like, I'm not a trap artist. I'm not trying to be hip hop or anything. But for me, making music, I want to first of all send a message. On the album, you'll hear a lot of messages of peace, messages of love, messages of empowerment, messages of hope, messages of reminding people who they really are. Step out and believe who you really are. Because, I just feel like us, first of all, as melanin folks, we have been put down so often and so much that it's time for somebody to give us some music to listen to be empowered,
Absolutely.
And so yeah, so when I write music, I want to create an atmosphere in people's homes or cars. So it should be an atmosphere of peace, an atmosphere of tranquility, some place that you can kind of meditate and have. I call it like your own personal mental vacation from what's happening. So when I write, that's where I'm coming from, and I just want to encourage everybody. I really want to encourage everybody.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. So, you mentioned something about us melanin folks. As you can see, we're packing a lot of melanin. We're packing a lot of melanin here.
Right.
We just went through a very troubling time in our country, especially for folks that look like us right now. What is your take on, and Shay, I'll start with you. What is your take on some of the things that's going on right now?
Well, I just think that it just brought it out, actually. This has not just started happening. It's just now that it's being magnified. It's being amplified, and more people are beginning to see what's actually happening. And I think an eye opener was the George Floyd. I think that was a major eye opener.
That's crazy.
And that let people really see that, hey, this is really happening. It's been happening for years, but nobody has been able to capture the moment, or no one was able to have the mindset to be able to listen to what's been happening.
Right.
Because everybody's been closed-minded about it. It's like, it's just us, or just because we're black, we either sell drugs. It's always, we sell drugs, we do this, we do that, and sometimes that is true, to be honest.
But
everything does not require you to get shot. It doesn't require you to be beat up.
Absolutely.
It doesn't require you to be harmed in a way where as though you're not here anymore.
Right.
You know, you're taken away from your family. There are plenty of people that are not our color that do many things, the same things that they do.
Absolutely.
And nothing ever happens to them. I was watching a video the other day, and the guy took the taser from a cop, and he was chasing the cop. The cop was running away from the guy with the taser, and he had his gun. Aimed at the guy, but never shot at him. So, of course, if that was a different color, we probably would be dead. They would not chase him around.
No.
He even got in the car. He got in his car. He drove around. It was weird. It was like they even went a wild goose chase with somebody that they needed to get. And then also we have to think of mental health. Mental health is definitely an issue.
Absolutely.
You know, people are depressed. People are trying to find a way, because the type of work that I do, a lot of people don't have means to do things, so they steal. You know, they do that. That's not a reason for them to have to be able to do that. That's not an excuse. But we really have to deal with mental health, and a lot of people are dealing with things that they've never dealt with before. So
Absolutely.
you know, that causes them to do things like that. But I just think that it's a major time, and it's a pivotal time for us to actually do something about it, and not just with George Floyd. This stuff needs to keep happening every day. You know, we still need to push forward. It's dying down now, and that's not what we want. We want this to keep happening. Like, you know, the change, we need change to happen effectively, and not just because this happened to George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and all of that. This needs to be something that is a change permanently.
I will 100% agree with that. Now, I'm not going to tell y'all my thoughts on it, because we're going to hold that for another show. Because we're going to dive deep into this segment. But what I want to do right now is I want to call on Kerry to introduce to you all and us. Well, I've actually had a chance to listen to this album. It's dope.
Thank you,
as the kids say, it's fire.
Thank you, bro.
Anyway, so I'm going to have Kerry over here. He's going to introduce us to the first song. Tell us about the song and what it's about.
Okay, so the first song of the album I have is called Sunday Morning Love. And Sunday Morning Love, I wrote it, and when I write songs, of course, I always have a picture in mind, or like some type of visual. Sunday Morning Love is speaking about those who are really, really, truly in love, whether you be married, engaged, whatever. The people who are really giving their life to somebody to be with forever and ever. It's talking about a love on Sunday morning, because, you know, a lot of the people who go to, you know, clubs and stuff, they have their little one night stands, and people anywhere have one night stands. but I feel like if you wake up to somebody on Sunday morning, it's a different kind of love.
Amen.
Because, you know, usually Sunday mornings you go into church. Some people you are having breakfast. You know, you wake up and you have breakfast, and you have breakfast with the person who's with you. And to have breakfast with somebody on Sunday morning, I feel like it's true love, because you really want to spend time with them.
So here we go. We're gonna dive into it. Sunday morning love, everybody. This food is good.
It is. I'm just trying to.
Please don't lose your smile. One thing you've got to give it a try. Please your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try. Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to. And I am around your finger, I give you the world, no matter what it costs. I'm in love with you. I'm in love with you. You shine on me, you smile on me, you shine on me, you smile on me, you shine on me, you smile on me, you shine on me, you smile on me. Your finger, and your back and call. I give you the world, no matter what it costs. Wrapped around your finger, and your back and call. I give you the world, no matter what it costs. I'm in love with you. I'm in love with you.
That was Sunday Morning Love. That was again by Mr. Kerry Minter. Kerry Minter, the artist.
The artist.
Yeah. So that was dope. So the album is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
You want to tell us a little bit about that and when it's dropping?
Okay. The album is actually going to be available for pre-order July 1st. So I need everybody to pre-order July 1st. It'll be available on all digital platforms July 8th. So it's a week later. Please tell everybody about it because the album, is such a vibe that I want everyone to experience it. The album is actually an experience. So I tell people listen to it with your soul. Like don't listen to it with you listen to it with your ears of course, but it's much deeper. So yeah, the album comes out July 8th, available everywhere, and July 1st you can buy it for pre-order.
Absolutely. So definitely go out, buy the album. I've listened to the old album, and one thing that I will say is that I want to caution everybody with this particular album. All right, and do not listen to this album while you're driving or crossing the street. All right, because you're gonna get lost. You'll get so deep in it that you might not see what's coming your way. It's that deep. No, the album is very dope. July 1st is when it's coming out. So one of the things that I know for myself, I know that growing up, well, even now, I still think that I can sing. Matter of fact, I might even put a little show. I don't know. Who knows? I might do that, right? Growing up, my favorite artist was Michael Jackson. I was gonna say Jordan.
Michael Jackson's
the other MJ. So, who was one of your or some of your favorite artists? I know your music is for everyone, but I think some crowds may not appreciate your music as much as they probably should. But I think that those who've grown up in a different era kind of listen to their music and it's like, okay, well, it brings them automatically back to something like Motown, if you will, right? So
that's very cool.
Growing up, who was an artist that you looked up to?
Wow. So, growing up, I had so many influences.
Mm.
So, first of all, growing up in church, my roots are deep in gospel.
Amen.
So,
Hallelujah.
my roots are deep in gospel. So, my father, being a musician, had to learn all the music, of course, for church. The choirs and the praise teams and the soloists. Everybody had a song, so we had to learn. So growing up, I listened to a lot of Hawkins. My father, Walter Hawkins, Edwin Hawkins, they're big gospel names. My father, that was one of his favorite artists, and I know almost every song on every album because of him.
Okay.
Then you had the John P. Keys, and then you had John P. Key, and you had Hezekiah Walker, and then Kim Burrell came on the scene, and then you had I used to listen to an artist named Montrell Derritt. He was like a gospel, like D'Angelo at that time, like the style of his music.
Okay.
And then
Not the D'Angelo that we know, but just the style.
No,
he was like
that
that D'Angelo,
But the gospel.
but the
version.
gospel. Yes.
That's what.
Yes.
Okay.
So then you had like Commission, and then you had Men of Standard. Those were, I was really listening to them growing up as a kid. And then you had there's so many, like the Winans. I listened to them growing up, and then you have, of course, Yolanda Adams. She came on the scene. There's so many people, like, and then I began to study jazz. So I began to study Ella Fitzgerald, and I began to study Louis Armstrong, and then it's just like
Take them back now.
and then I studied classical. So you had like, I loved the way Jessie Norman. I loved the way that she was just phenomenal in everything that she did, and in her place. And so it's like growing up, I listened to Dennis Chambers. He was a drummer. My father was a drummer, so you had Dennis Chambers with the rhythms. You know what I'm saying? And so, growing up, it was heavily influenced with gospel until I got into about my maybe teenage years. Then I began to listen to
Trap.
Trap. Trap wasn't out yet, but then you had that time. You had like D'Angelo, then you had the Lauryn Hill, and then you had Erykah Badu, and then you had Joe. Then you had like Rough Ends, Drew Hill, all of them. Like I began to listen to Mary J. Blige. I began to listen to all of them, and I wasn't supposed to because I grew up in holiness. But I was like, I'm listening to it because the music was so good. And then just hearing all of those influences, man, it's just like you begin to kind of. I knew my voice was a little different. Like I grew up in church, everybody hollered, and I can holler, but I don't always feel like hollering. I like to take the more softer approach and then give it some type of some type of dynamic where it gets a little bigger, you know what I'm saying? But those are my influence, growing up. I listened to them a lot, actually. So.
That's some, that's some really, that's a pretty huge folks to look up to.
They were.
How was it like, bro, as a male growing up in church though? Like,
As a male growing up, well, there was a lot of guys there, a
lot
of young, a lot of my friends, first of all, my friends were all musicians. Like, as people don't know, I know I sing now. But growing up, I really thought I was going to be a famous drummer because that was my instrument. Like, that was all I knew. That's all I played. So all my friends were either playing the drums or they were playing, like, on the keys or, like, something like that. So where I was, we were all just over on the musician side, and we would just play, like, whether it be like the bongos or something else. And so a lot of my friends, the younger guys that I hung out with, were on the musical side. I got called to do a few solos growing up, and it was pretty dope.
Yeah.
I didn't know that here's a story that nobody really believes me when I tell them. Growing up, my family and my church was very musical. I didn't believe people couldn't sing. Everybody that I knew could sing. My whole world, everybody in my whole world, everybody sang.
Yeah.
So me going to school,
Yeah.
I found out very quickly everybody couldn't sing. I'll never forget. Like I went to school and we singing to God. My teacher called me up to do a little solo, and they probably have it somewhere in footage somewhere because we used to perform at these places every year. So he called me to sing, and he was looking. He was like, "Oh, you can really sing." And even at the time, my bishop, she would call me up to sing on Sundays, and I had one song I sang every Sunday, and but I thought I did a good job, you know. You know, but it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things where you just feel like, you feel like you find out, like I found out nobody really knew how deep music was for me. You know, like I said, people in school, you found out they couldn't sing. You're like, wait, you can't sing? Like, you can surely do it. You
Just
can
try it. Just,
you
just
can
try
do
it.
it.
Just a little bit.
And
Just a little bit.
and I found out that no, people couldn't sing, and it wasn't something wrong with them. Because then you, because no,
was something wrong? Like,
No.
you're broken.
no, really, no, because if you grow up in a musical family, you'll know if somebody can't find their part or harmony. It's like getting straight D's in school. It's like, why can't you find your part?
Right.
You know, it's like,
Right.
so it's
Jackson
like,
5.
so it's like
Exactly.
if people, I'm in school and people can't find their note, I'm looking at them like, oh, you better get it because you about to, you know.
Who was Michael's father's name again? Who was
Joe.
Joe. Joe was coming.
Joe Jackson.
Oh man! So I mean, though that's pretty dope. So you find out that I actually had a story similar to that, right? So I'm like, this is probably like kindergarten. Okay, so for people, some folks that people that know me, I'm actually African. All right, and so and definitely proud of it. So when I was born, I was young. They sent me back to Africa. I lived there for about 4 years, right? 4 or 5 years. I came back, and at the time we were living in Randallstown, Maryland. That's in Baltimore. All right. And so I said, I'm going to school, and I'm trying to find my place. I'm trying to fit in. And so we're in music class, and the music teacher calls us and says, hey, we have a young man here who is dying to show you all what he learned.
Oh boy.
So, no, it wasn't me.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
I come after. So then he's like, he played the piano. He was taking piano lessons. So he wanted to show us his skills. Right. So he gets on there, he does a little Beethoven, a little something, whatever. So I'm like, I can do that. Mind you, I've never played the piano.
You're trying to start on.
I've never played the piano. So I get up there.
Shut him down.
Listen, I get up there, and here I go.
Come on.
Just playing all the wrong tunes, just playing everything wrong. And she's like, yeah, get out of here. That was a little.
He thought he was killing. I'm about to tell you. I'm about to show you.
I think I
just show y'all something.
No, so we want to move on to the next song. I want you to bring it in, because I do want to eat some more of this.
Yep.
So let's take a quick break.
Yeah, it's really good.
My plate might be empty.
Man,
Come back.
man, oh man.
So go ahead and
Y'all jumping?
So.
Please don't lose your smile.
Real serene song, so just feel it and vibe out, and let me know your experience.
Please don't lose your smile. One thing you should got to give it a try.
We're back. So that was My Life. That was a dope song. So take us through what inspired you to write this song. First of all, we gotta let people know you write all your music, everything. You literally, as you say, you literally pull it from thin air. All right, and you create. You create. That's why he's an artist. All right, artists. First of all, artists, they create from nothing. All right, looking at you, Drake. They don't have writers, right? You literally take music and create it. So walk us through My Life.
Wow. So, my life is,
I call it dedication, or like even a meditation, or people call it even a prayer. So my life is personal. It's like a conversation that I had with God, and it was me telling him, "Look, my life is in your hands. Like, stuff is getting a little crazy. I don't know like what's really happening, but I don't have no other option. So I've tried it, as many ways as I could to do it by myself. Like I really can't do nothing else. And so this song was pretty much the chorus. Of course, it repeats my life all in your hands, and so then it allows space to think about it because so I have on the song it's not overly sang on purpose because we have the chorus, and I said, okay, we're creating that. When they get to that part and they hear it, they're going to begin to think. If I came in there with a bunch of runs and all of that, it would have distracted them from thinking. And so, you think about what you can actually give. Like you can think about God. Really, this is all you got to do this.
Right.
And then takes you through meditation, takes you through thinking about all of the things in your life, and you give it over. And then at the end of it, there's a little chant that we sing called "Heaven Belongs to You." You guys have to listen to the entire song to get to that part. And in that song, it talks about I did one little ad lib, and it just goes, "If you treat your neighbor right, heaven belongs to you." And it's just pretty much sharing the love that you just received from God by giving your life to Him. In the rest of the song, heaven belongs to you if you would show that same love. Essentially, that is what the song is talking about. And so when I wrote it, I had to definitely give people time to meditate, give them time to reflect, give them time to think. And then with that breeze, like I told you about when I write songs, with the harmonies coming in, it blows right on past them. And it takes them into a place where I got to do better.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that again, with your music, I think that it's something that a lot of people can relate to. I think that I'm just saying, your music sucks you in, and it puts you in a place where it's like it's almost like it takes you through a process, right? It's like, okay, I'm listening to Kerry's music, and I think about what I've been through, and then by the end of the music, it's like, you know what, I could do this.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like I can truly stand on my 2 feet. Miss Shay, we're gonna get to you. So you sing. She sang. Okay.
I do. I do.
She, as humble as you are, it's something that you don't. Is that like one of those talents that you don't like telling people? Like, how like when you go to school and you got the real smart kid who doesn't want people to know that they're smart. I don't know what it is. Like, you don't want to help me on my homework. So is that kind of like what that talent is?
I guess.
Yeah.
Because I did it so long. Like when I was younger, of course, my parents were pastors, of course. So, my mom was a choir director for Church of God. So she directed large choirs all the time. So she being on the choir, I'm always with her. So, of course, you pick up what you be around most of the time. So she was directing the choir, and I was singing on the choir with her. They would go around with people. I remember the first time that I sang with somebody big, that was Shirley Caesar. And that was when she was doing her. She did. I guess they had to sing background for her or whatever. The choir did. So I remember doing that when I was little. But it was like we used to always have these big youth conference things, and they made me get up there and sing in front of people. I was like 6 years old, like 6 or 7 years old, and I remember singing it, and everybody coming up to me. I'm like, I did not want to do this, and I still to this day, when I sing, I'm always nervous. I'm always scared when I sing. I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? But I don't tell everybody that I sing because most of the time they be like, let me hear you sing something for me.
Right on
Like,
the spot.
I'm like, I don't want to sing. I'm
Give me a
off
little
today.
Mary had a little lamb.
Right, I'm off today.
So I grew. So not. We don't want to get too much into religion, but I grew up. I'm a Catholic. Right? I grew up in a
Okay.
Catholic church. So
Okay.
it sounds like, if you are in, I want to say Baptist church or some or church. Well, anyways, a Catholic church is a little different. Okay.
You're a little solemn.
I I didn't sing. I came up in the church, right? My brother, we went to church on Sundays.
Right.
But then, my father had the great idea. I was an altar boy, so it's like every time I hear
come
people
on,
say, it's
altar
like, we sing, and I grew up in the church, and I was like, shoot, all I did was get my priest some wine and hand him the stuff, and that was it. Like, and then of course it's like, now to be fair, shout out to St. Joseph Catholic Church off of Landover. It was a little different there. Okay, we went the traditional Catholic church, if you will. 'Cause
Oh, yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah, so they be singing.
I know what y'all.
Oh,
They
okay.
be bringing it. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Okay.
But you also like when you go down to the shrine, if you will. You got the.
Yes.
Give us a
Yeah.
concert.
Yes. Come on, sing.
I think I hit that a little
You
bit.
did
Come
it.
on,
You
you
did
did.
A little bit.
Sing.
I think I can do this.
Sing.
That was good.
Hey, listen. Hey,
That was
man, you
really
know
good.
what? You know what?
I wasn't ready.
I'm gonna have to go on tour.
I wasn't ready.
Hey, I got a little something.
Okay. Okay.
So, but anyway, so let's get to, what I do want to ask the next question is, if you had an artist, and this for both of you, Kerry, if you had an artist that you could collab with right now,
Oh man.
dead or alive, you could bring Miss Whitney Houston back, or even Michael Jackson, or even Prince, or if you could just see yourself with Beyonce, who was that artist that you were like, man, if I had the opportunity to make art with, for me, it'd be Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Ooh. I gotta think about that.
Yeah, I would have to think about that too.
Wow, let
I
me
have to
see.
think about that.
I know who it is.
If I could pick an artist who I could sing with, do a collab with, man.
No.
Give us two artists. Give us two. Off the top of your head.
I have only one.
You go first.
I would say Donald Lawrence, because he's
Oh
pretty
yeah,
dope.
I could definitely hear you sing with Donald Lawrence.
Donald Lawrence is dope.
So that's interesting. So I have not heard you sing. We're gonna get back to you. So you keep thinking. So who would you say your voice is like? You got a Fantasia, or like what was?
My voice is a little different, so
We
I
gotta
can sing
bring it
everything.
in.
I can sing soprano, alto, tenor, but I like to sing at
So
the bottom.
so you're talking to someone who did not grow up in music. So give us a little alto. See, I got it. Did I get it?
I was like, wait a minute.
I'm like,
He just asked you to sing.
I'm like, wait,
Yeah,
and no.
I was trying to finesse that in there.
See how
Trying to
you
put on
see
the
that?
spot.
See what
Nah,
that
that's we're gonna work on the show. Carrie, did you think of it?
Yeah, so I was enjoying the visual of her singing with Donald Lawrence. That would be
We're
dope.
gonna bring her in here to do a live show.
Yeah,
We gotta
yeah.
do that. We gotta do that.
So I think I would love to have sang a duet, and because of their style. Not necessarily the content of the music, but because the style was so great. I would love to have sang with. God, there's so many.
is. There's another lie.
I thought I had two right there, and then two other ones just.
Just left.
Oh, bro. So I loved if you listen to Sade. Sade has a way with music, and is intense, but it's also laid back. I love that approach to music, and I love how she, like you said, I do paint pictures and all of that. I love how she does it, and I would love to do a song with Sade. Sade, if you are listening, please call me so we can do a song together. I don't know what you're waiting on. So,
Oh gosh.
but I would love to do a song with her, and then also, present day, I would love to do a song with Lucky Day.
He's dope.
He's really dope.
He's dope. He's new, right? He's
Very
a
new.
very new
Very
artist.
new.
Now you're an Anderson .Paak fan.
Yeah.
I love
And
Anderson.
it's something
yes,
that
he
I
loves
just found
Anderson
out.
.Paak.
Yeah. It's what I just found. I never knew he was of mixed race.
I never
that.
knew that either.
I didn't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
that
he's
either. I
are
found
you
that.
just now finding?
I'm
You
just
I just
finding
found
out.
out just now.
Just
so you're
now.
today years old.
Just found today
Yeah,
years
he's
old.
actually
I just-
black and Korean, South
Oh,
Korean.
wow.
Actually.
Wow.
Yeah,
I never
yeah.
knew that.
I just found that out today.
Me too.
He's so
we
dope though.
all
He's
learned.
pretty dope.
Yeah, I saw
He
the
is- he is
concert. And I
pretty-
could not keep.
Yeah.
I was.
We both.
Y'all went to the same time.
Yeah.
So y'all do. So when is the features coming?
As soon as she agreed
Stop
that she
playing.
wanted to sing,
Stop playing.
I told him I quit.
You can't quit.
I
That's a
quit
talent.
singing. I just sing on Sundays, and that's it.
yeah, Anderson .Paak definitely was one of the artists I had to pick from. So it was a juggle. I was like,
Oh, so you had him in mind.
It was actually a bunch of any, mini, money, mo's.
He's pretty.
Because
he's pretty dope.
yeah, Anderson .Paak is simply amazing, and he plays the drums too.
He does.
And his
He
show is phenomenal. Like
It's
I went,
pretty dope.
and I was like, I really couldn't. The musician part of me and the singer part of me, I was like, I couldn't sit still.
I
It
can't
was-
in the candy store.
I couldn't sit still. I wanted to go up on the stage and like
Rock out with.
rock out with them, you know.
I have two. So if I had to pick, well, I think my number one artist. All right. So of course you all know Michael Jackson. I think the next person for me would be Usher.
Really?
Okay.
It was
Got
Usher.
moves? You would have to.
You got you have to have moves.
I know a little something.
Oh, okay.
See, I always stay at the camera.
Let me see.
Something.
Let us see.
Well, you sing and I'll dance.
Oh, that'll be.
We'll do that, right?
We're about to make a music video.
I just think Confessions was one of those albums, and we're
classic.
still waiting for another one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think that was one of those classic albums. I mean, you play any song from beginning to end, and it's like, I mean, you can't turn it off.
Right.
You know, some
right.
some CDs or some albums you can skip,
Right.
skip, skip. You know,
Right.
but I think that Confessions is one of those albums that you don't skip. So
My
since we're on the,
My other person, I got one more. I forget. Anita Baker.
Anita Baker, super
she's a
dope. Yeah.
legend. She's
Anita
a
Baker.
legend. She's
I
a
used to
legend.
mimic her all the time
Oh,
at
yeah?
school. So at school, I used to always just walk around and sing Anita Baker. Hey Shay, sing Anita Baker for me. Sing Anita. I'm
Hey,
like,
Shay.
oh my God.
Walked yourself right up
I'm
into
not
that
in
one.
school anymore.
So since we're on the topic of album, don't forget July 1st
July 1st, the album is available for pre-order.
for pre-order.
And July 8th, it'll be available everywhere. Download it, please. Download it, get it, enjoy it, experience the wave. It's a ride.
Did you say we're on the pre-order?
You can pre-order from anywhere.
From anywhere.
Yeah.
And so make sure y'all go and get that album. Support
Yes.
black artists. Support black businesses. As an artist, your music is your business, so make sure y'all get that album. Support my man Kerry. You want to bring us into the next one?
Yeah, the next song is called I Am. And it's pretty much talking about you explaining or almost reinforcing who you really are or who you were created to be in the original intent. So aside from present day being, you know, a lot of black people being killed or, you know, mistreated, there was a time when black people were royalty and they were king and queens. And so this song is letting them know, or anybody who ever doubted, I am who I am. I'm not who you guys have painted the picture for me to be. So it's telling everybody in the world, listen, I know what you said, but I am who I am. And then the reason why you can stand firm and be sure of who you are is because you reflect the King. You reflect the God. We all have a God gene in us. And so the God gene allows us to be great. The God gene in us allows us to be creators or creative. The God gene in us allows us to be royalty. So that's why the I am is making that declaration.
Give it a try.
So that was another dope song by Kerry. Please take us into the creative side of this song and what inspires you. What were you going through? What were you thinking? What were you eating
Mm.
when you made this song?
Yeah, that song, I think when I wrote this song, I was like you see a lot of the hate and a lot of like lying and a lot of the things that are happening to people in general. And I had heard a few things about myself that I know were not true. And then watching the news, you hear the picture they paint for a lot of people who that that's not true. You have, or they were a thug, or they were, a troublemaker, or they were this and that. When I wrote the song, I just wanted everybody to stand up and stand up strong with your chest out and be proud of who you are be proud of who you are. Like, be proud of who you are. And you guys, you hear this, I have a surprise for you at the end. I think it's going to make the hairs on your arms stand.
Come on.
And it's when you hear, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but when you hear it, you'll know it's going to cause something in you to rise. And so, and then you will say who you are. You'll tell us who you are.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's also deep. First of all, I want to say that I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
For those that do not know, I met Kerry back in, I want to say, 2017. I was preparing to get engaged at that time and planning the wedding. So I was looking for someone to cut my hair at my wedding. And so I went to Kerry and got the meanest face. Matter of fact, I think when I got home, a lady jumped on me.
Yeah, I hear a lot of stories about that. People after you cut my hair.
Hey now, don't mess the fade up. Hey now. Wash your hands, woman.
Wash your hands.
You know what I'm saying? So, so not only are you just adding to his, what's that word? Repertoire. Did I say that right?
I think you did all right.
You did all
Still
right.
gonna say I didn't say it right.
You did it right. You did
You
good.
did repertoire.
So not only are you a barber, not only do you create art, but you just added
Oh,
a special talent
man.
to, you play the drum. What's that for? We have 4. Art, drums, barber.
Oh,
What else?
man.
Tell us.
So, the funny thing about having free time over the quarantine, I had 3 months.
3 months
3
to
months
do
free.
nothing.
Oh boy.
So, my house, I had like a guitar on the wall, and it was there on the wall for years. And I kept walking past it, and I kept walking past it. And I think the day before I had a gig, I actually performed here. And
Yes,
my
you did.
guitarist did not show. And I was very upset. One of the guitarists I wanted to play, he was on tour in Africa. Actually, my producer. Big ups to Brandon Watts, man. Like, he's the best, man. He's a guitarist, and he produced the entire album. So shout out to Brandon Watts. But he was in Africa on tour, so he couldn't play. So I called another guy, and he stood me up. And I did the whole gig without the guitar. And if you listen to the album, the whole album is surrounded around guitar. So I got home that day, looked at my wall, and I said, I'm going to play that guitar. I'm going to play it. The next day, I walked past it again, took it off of the wall, and was like, we playing it. We learning. I looked on YouTube, got my first chord, and I began to practice. I practiced a chord a week. And I was just adding it to it. And before I knew it, I knew so many chords I could actually play songs. And my best friend, he came over. He said, you playing the guitar? Now, he plays everything. So he came over with his guitar. And we had a guitar session at the house. Now, he doing all the fill-ins. He's showing off. And I'm looking at him like, bruh, you are shutting me down. I just learned last week. But I began to play, and he began to kind of encourage me to learn more because he was killing. So I'm picking up my chords, I'm getting up my little fills, my runs, I'm practicing runs. And, 3 months went by, and I actually and I'm not going to do it today, so I hope y'all not expecting it. But I can hold down a gig singing and playing the guitar. I practice
A whole gig.
I practice in the mirror every day. But you got to practice your stage.
Right.
So you got to practice how you look.
Wait, do you look at yourself in point?
You have to.
You have to do
You
all
have
that.
to look
Lenny
at
Kravitz.
everything.
See, I'm learning things.
He's Lenny
I am
Kravitz.
learning things.
This is
Go
the-
ahead.
So you got to see how you look. Now, sometimes if you get good to you forget that you look crazy. But before you get to that point in your performance, you are very calculated. Like, I'm not doing too much.
Yeah,
and then the
yeah,
music
yeah,
get to you. You be like, oh, whatever. But
So in your head right now, right? What guitarist in your head, in Kerry's mind? Where would you put yourself? Are you Prince?
Oh God,
Are
no,
you Axel? What's the
man.
are you what's the Guns N' Roses guitar?
No, I'm not
No?
any of them.
No, you-
I'm
My
not any of
nickname is
So
Lenny Kravitz. But
Lenny Kravitz.
that's what I call him.
no, Lenny Kravitz is dope. I'm not even there yet. I just
Hey, this is in your mind.
oh no.
Where you envision yourself.
And so my grandfather played the lead guitar. He played acoustic guitar, electric guitar, and lead guitar. And he had a band. All of his brothers and his family, they all had a band growing up. In my head, I just wanted to play like my grandfather.
Amen.
You know, because my grandfather, he didn't really watch a lot of TV. He when he came in the house after whatever he was doing at work or whatever, even when he retired, he would come home, he would hang with his brother, he would come home and he would play the guitar until he was just done playing. It wasn't no end time. He would just play until he was just done. So my grandmother and them never played music because my grandfather was the music for the house. And my grandmother would be in the kitchen cooking and she would be just dancing and singing and, you know. And my grandfather would just play. And growing up in that kind of environment, you didn't realize or appreciate it until it was no more. When my grandfather had passed away, there was no more music in the house. A year later, my grandmother passed away.
Wow.
You know, and she could have played the radio. She could have watched. I mean, they watched the news. She could have watched the news, but it was different.
It was absolutely.
You know, and so I said, God, if you could just give me the ability to at least play like my grandfather, I'll be happy. You know.
I don't even know what to say after that. Like that was deep. That was dope. I was just thinking about, you know, when Michael Jackson died. Oh, as if you don't know, he was one of my favorite artists. Okay, MJ, he was dope. But it's like you had no choice but to be an artist.
Yeah,
That's what it sounds like. It's like you had no choice, like at all. It was like it's in your blood.
Yeah.
To do music and to be an artist. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you got a great talent. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, from your grandparents to your fathers, everybody. Just growing around music, it seems like, you know, almost like you came out the womb with, you know, just music. You know what I'm saying? So
it was my entire environment.
Yeah.
It was my entire environment, and that's why I said I thought everybody could sing. I thought everybody could do it.
Well, you really disappointed. It was like,
It's like you
what
can't
did you
catch
tell your
that.
parents when you came home? What did you tell your parents?
Well, I was like, you know,
Mother.
Mom is very nice. So my mom swears.
Well, mother,
My mom.
the kids at school, they cannot sing.
So
Mother, they suck, all of them.
So no, it wasn't like that. So, you know, my mom, she says that she's not a singer, but Mom, she got some vocal on her. But she is a writer, you know, and so Mom would say, well, maybe if they don't know how to sing, maybe they have another part to it. So maybe they can write, maybe they can hear or see it a different way. And so it allowed me to also appreciate now, okay, so if you can't sing, what do you do? So you have to bring something to the table. Something has to be brought to the
No
table.
pressure. What you got?
Like you may see how we should stand. You know, you may be more choreographed. How should we move? You know, or maybe you shouldn't sing that high part right there because your voice is a little scratchy. But I can't hear it because I'm singing, but they hear it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so like you always need people have different gifts. That's why if they're not strong in singing, they might be strong in another part.
Facts.
You know, so
since we're surrounded by musicians, Shay, Kerry, let's bust a couple myths. Well, one myth here. What is it about the shower and singing?
Oh,
because when
man.
I'm in the shower,
I get full concerts.
when I'm in the shower,
My neighbors probably like, he's singing again.
I am the greatest. Okay, I am the greatest singer. I mean, sometimes I surprise myself in the shower. Like, did I just do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what is it about the shower? Is it the walls? Is it the water? Like, what is it?
I think because you're relaxed. And,
Is that what it is?
And you're like in there by yourself. So you just, like, I've written songs in the shower.
Come on, writer.
Okay.
So,
I listen. I felt like I could have written. Like sometimes I'm singing in the shower, and with an original, and I'm like, damn, I should have brought my pen and pad in here. I missed that one.
You always
Right.
gotta have. So what I do, songs come to you at the randomest times.
Yeah, they do.
I have written songs in the middle of cutting hair.
Mm.
So what I do is I have on
Hold
your,
that, bro. He's
no,
like, in the
no,
middle.
literally
Really?
on your phone you have a voice recorder. I quickly, because once the moment is gone,
It's
and
gonna forget
you
it.
will never remember what it is.
You're gonna forget.
Absolutely.
So if a song comes to you or a little phrase, I quickly get my phone, sing into my voice recorder, and just lock that down. Now it might sound crazy because I want to be all loud trying to sing a whole part, but I sing right into it, and then later when I get a break, I come back to it, listen to it, and I begin to build. Maybe that night when I get home later that week, I'll finish the song.
Now, you have said that you make. It's funny that you say that because you said that you create music out of just pulling certain things like experience, right? Like if it's raining outside or if it's sunny outside, you're outside
I can write
walking.
a song about rain, about the sun.
How about if someone whose hair is a little not up to par?
Oh.
Have you thought of something? It's
I
kind of like you know how you know how you
Yeah.
you go to get your nails done and,
Right.
then the Koreans start speaking. You're like, are they talking about me?
Right.
They
Like,
are.
are you singing
They
about
are
me?
pretty
Like,
much.
No, so
What are you singing about us?
the funny thing
In
about
your
it
head.
is, the funny thing about
Make sure I wash the shampoo before I come to Kerry.
the funny thing about it is I'm working on kind of doing some things for my business, and I've thought about making like a video and making some almost like I don't want to say it, like an opening like song or like a little catchy little phrase to put with the song. But I did also have little funny songs talking about experience as a barber in the barbershop.
That's dope.
And so I mean, I'm kind of telling on myself now, but I have been working on like say somebody came in with flaky hair. Oh, I'm about to write a song about flakes.
Head, shoulders.
It's about to go down. I'm about to talk about these great big old flakes.
Oh,
I
God.
think one of them is flapping. It's just
yeah.
it's a big flappy flake.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, for those that do not know as well, if this is your first time, if you're just joining us, we want to give a quick recap. We have gone through some songs. We got Mr. Kerry Minter here, and we have Miss Shay here. We're talking music, food, and everything interesting. We do want to give a quick shout out to some of those people who we associate with. One of the folks is we have some really good food right here. It is delicious.
Yes,
It's
yes,
amazing.
It is. That's done by Chef
It
Cody.
is amazing. You will
Chef
be
Cody.
jealous.
This
You should be jealous, right?
this thing is good.
It's amazing.
Shout out to the W Loft. I'm gonna let Kerry go ahead and give some shout outs to some folks, and then Miss Shay, you give some shout. We want to show love. What we do here at Echo Studio is we promote black businesses.
Definitely.
We promote hard work. We motivate and inspire. So we wanna point a shout out and a spotlight to some of those businesses that we hold dear to ourselves. So Kerry, take it away. Please let us know.
Man, so speaking of the W Hair Loft, I've been working here since 2014. And a good brother of mine, Brother Wade Menendez, he decided that he wanted to open a shop in Hyattsville. Asked me to come aboard, and I was just like, of course. Like, it's a no-brainer, Even the timing of that was pretty crazy, but shout out to Brother Wade Menendez, man. He has the best shops on the East Coast. 2 in Maryland, 1 in Atlanta. Make sure you check it out. And so the W Hair Loft, man, is a really dope spot. We will be featuring my album when it comes out there as well. So if you guys you guys can come in actually. No, we on restriction.
We in the pandemic.
Yeah, definitely in the pandemic. So no, you can't come in, but you can listen to it on your own. But we will be playing it at the shop. So, so yeah, that shop is it's pretty dope. So shout out to Brother Wade for the W Hair Loft.
And there's another thing too. An app is on the way.
Yes. I cannot forget that, and I was gonna bring it up a little later.
Oh,
But
my
here
bad.
we are
No,
now.
we can say it.
No, we can do it now. So
don't give it too much
man,
away.
let me tell you. So so speaking of that, I feel like I am surrounded by some of the best African American people who are entrepreneurs, who are movers and shakers, who are powerful. My very best friend is about to release an app, a social media app, and I really believe in it. He's been working on this for a long time, and if you follow me at the Character Show, I will be, of course, giving you guys updates as far as when this app is coming out. It's I just can't say too much about it, but what I can say is that you do want to be on it when it comes out. It is going to be the best thing that ever happened to you, and it's black owned. The person who owns it is a black king. You know, our king. We have our kings and our queens. You know, he created a almost like his own world for us to come aboard and to be free to be and do and say however you feel. You know, so I think that that's going to be wonderful. Again, follow the Character Show, and I will definitely be posting so you guys can see when that's going to drop.
Shay, come on, bring it home now. I know you got some folks out there watching. We want to give a shout out to anyone or any business that is out there that we want to encourage and continue to keep pushing.
So I'll take my own horn for a second.
Go on now. Go on
So
now.
I am a part of a group, and I have my own business as well. I do Total Life Changes, which is a detox tea. It cleanses. It helps you as well as get your health together. So I do that. I have friend Candy Blue. She has her own lipstick place. I sell my own lipstick too. Have my own lipstick line.
Look, we're not ready.
I do T-shirts. I have bling T-shirts as well. So that's what I do. That's it.
Well, here we go. So now,
I have to remember.
Reagan.
I have to tell them about another experience. So, along with getting the music, of course, while we're here, last year I released a product line called Reagan. It's Reagan Skincare, and you guys have to experience Reagan. You'll have one of the cleanest faces, the most even toned face. It gives you a almost like a glow. It's like you've had such a well night's rest. You know, you look refreshed. It depuffs under your eyes. Essentially, you look like you have just slept and been on vacation for about 3 months, as we just did. You know, and I believe that everybody should get it. Of course, I am the owner of that, so you can just order it from my own website, kerryminter.com, and just go ahead and order. And please, I want your feedback. When you get it, please write in. Let me know what your experience is. You will notice results within the first few days. So
that's dope. I actually, I actually ordered up the Reagan,
the facial wash.
the facial wash, and it is dope. All right, and it not only does it work, all right, it smells good.
That smells.
All right, it smells good, and I've always been funny about my face.
Yeah.
Right, I don't even like people touching my face. All right, I don't put any or just any product on my face. All right, but this one really works. And this is, trust me and believe. First of all, I'm not getting paid for this, so this is the honest truth. So this is the honest truth. All right. So yes, it works. It smells good, and it is a great product. It is black owned.
Yes.
If you don't know the melanin that is popping right now,
So let me tell you something. There is a rise that's happening in our community. We really are about to be in prominent, great places, and I really feel like we are about to win so hard. And I just need everybody to begin to believe in yourself. Like, if you have a dream, if you have a vision, do not let life go by and you not take that and make that dream come to pass. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care how much you think you don't have. I promise you, if you start, you will get help to finish.
amen.
And I would say also, don't be afraid to support your brothers and sisters, because a lot of people don't want to promote another brother or another
Yeah.
sister because they think they're going to get ahead before them. But remember, it's a blessing to give than to receive. So when you promote somebody else's business, that's just bringing business back to you.
Yep.
If they don't support you at all, but still support them, and then, you'll get it back in return. So it's always good to support other people versus, going out to somebody else. But let's support our own.
Let's do that, especially those that you know.
Right.
Yeah.
All right,
Right.
especially those.
Why is that
I
so
don't
difficult
understand
for
why it's so
people to-
hard.
I don't know.
It's
I
like
seen-
a jealousy or a
I
hate
don't
or
know.
envy.
I've seen more people that I know post Shade Room than someone that they know.
Right.
It's crazy to me. Support those that you know. So we're actually getting to the last song, but before we do that, we want to do a quick recap. All right, so we're gonna do a recap of all the songs from the first to the third song, and then we're gonna bring it back in. We're gonna have Mr. Kerry introduce the last song. We always save the best for last. So, so how about you give us a rundown of the 3 songs? Also July 1st. We just talked about supporting your own.
Right.
All right, so make sure you
July
go
1st.
and pre-order that album. All right. So give us a rundown. The first 3 songs. We're gonna do a recap of those songs in the first, second, and third, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna play the last song.
Okay, the first 3 songs, of course, I hope you guys remember, was Sunday Morning Love. That's a
Sunday morning.
that's a special song for you and the person you love, specifically for Sunday morning. Then you have
Hey now,
then you
not
have
Saturday night,
not
Friday
Sunday
night.
morning.
Sunday morning.
And then you have My Life, which is a prayer or a dedication, even a piece of song to meditate to. So it's called My Life / meditation. And then you have the song that's called I Am, that pretty much is allowing the person inside that you were created just to rise up and proclaim that's who you are. So.
It's a Sunday morning. The sun is sitting way up high, peeping through the clouds, shining just like a beautiful smile. And I am wrapped around your finger, if you're back and call, I'll give you the world, no matter what it costs. I'm in love with you. I'm in love with you. Somebody thoughts. I'm not a slave to your opinion. And they always assume, they always put me in category. But they don't know, they don't know, they don't know just who I am. They don't know, they don't know just who I am. I am who I am. I am who I am. I am who I am. I'm not held captive by your thoughts. I'm not held captive by your opinion. And I won't fit into the categories or the confines of your small life. I am who I am. 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 See I am who I am. 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 I am who I am.
That was I Am. That was a quick recap. I hope you all got a chance to hear the 3 songs as we get to the final song. Before we do that, though, I do want to ask. So, going into the final song, you know, people create music, people write music, people create art, based on kind of how they feel sometimes, right? We have musicians like Usher, who create a whole confession based on confession, what he was going through, right? Him confessing, right? And then you have people like Mary J. Blige, who when they're upset or angry or heartbroken, they just give us gems. But then when they're happy, we get prunka funk on. What is that? Prunka funk. What is that? Percolated.
What is that?
Oh,
I don't know that.
I don't know that either. I don't know what that
don't
is.
give me Sister Mary. All right, she's gonna come for me.
Mary.
That's that Henny speaking.
Oh God!
As you notice, as you
Oh,
some missing, right? Some anyways, who other musician do we have that creates music that just
creates music
or does music based on like their mood? That's really good.
Babyface.
Does it? On his mood?
So, maybe. I don't know.
Creates music on their
Wow,
mood.
who's that?
You know, I watched the interview with D'Angelo.
Oh yeah, D'Angelo.
I watched the interview.
He's the naked guy spinning, right?
That was one of his songs. So this new project he put out maybe a few years ago. I don't remember exactly what the year was. I watched an interview, and this is what inspired. I took this and it inspired me. He said when he goes into the studio, sometimes it's not drums. He's playing the beat on his lap. He says, but when he goes in there, sometimes he sings, and there are no words to what he's saying. It's just a sound effect. But it felt good, so he kept it.
So he kept it.
And it was a
Right.
feeling.
Amen.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that makes sense because sometimes I'm not sure if he's even saying words.
That's
But
D'Angelo?
yeah, but there's a vibe or something that was
It's art.
created. It's art.
art.
Art is all about the expression of how you feel.
Absolutely.
Right.
So that's why if you are an artist, you have to be able to express how you feel. I don't think that you can be an artist and somebody else write for you.
Amen. Amen. I think I don't want to keep the people waiting, but y'all gonna wait. And, because so I want to ask: has there been a time that you are upset or trauma or something in your life that triggers you to create some form of music that speaks to your mood?
You know,
Or is it just go ahead, tell us.
so it's so funny. Like we all have like stuff that we've gone through. I remember as I was writing for this album, I let one of my clients hear it, and he looked at me after hearing. I think it was like 2 songs was done at the time. He was like, Kerry. He said, now at the shop, I'm always singing too.
Absolutely.
Like if a song come on, and if I catch the harmony, it's over. I'm in full concert with the song that's on the radio. But what he said, Kerry, when you sing with such assurance. And he said, like, and I thought about that, and I was like, when I write music, even though it may tell the story of something that's terrible that happened, by the time we get to the end of the song, I am telling you, everything's gonna be all right.
Amen.
Nobody ever wants to think that everything's gonna be all right, especially
Right.
you think what you're in is like the all in all, and this is how it's going to end. But from experience and from what I've seen, you can never end on a bad note.
Amen. Amen.
There's always victory somewhere in there.
Amen.
So
Amen. Now,
that's where I write from.
That is dope. That is dope. And I want to point something out. I'm sitting next to 2 of the flyest people.
Oh, man.
Okay. If y'all see what Shay's got on her feet right now, you hear me? And we got Mr. Kerry here with the hat.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
He got
So
on his feet.
some of y'all, I don't know. Listen.
You need to check his feet out.
Amen.
Check
Church.
his feet out.
Church, what are those? What are those?
They're Versace.
Oh,
Exactly.
Versace. Okay,
Exactly.
what you got on? We know what she got on. We just look at the back of it and we just,
You know where her shoe
we
is.
just see red. So
The shoe.
I try to keep up. You know what I'm saying? Got my little shirt on. With
The shirt is amazing. Though.
Yeah, I like that shirt. I like that
want
shirt.
it, so-
I like
you
that
like
shirt.
it?
Yeah.
You like it? And I tell you, I say I got Kerry coming in here. I got
Oh,
Shay.
man.
Listen, when Shay stepped into the building,
You
I
knew.
said, "All right now, all right now." Hear me? I got some J's on. I was like, maybe I should have brought out my Gucci or something. God dang. So we got sued. This is one of the flyest barbers here in the DMV. And we got Shay here, which we're going to try to bring back. That's another time.
She's coming back. Don't worry.
That's for another time. We're gonna bring it back. So with that being said, this has been great.
It's been amazing.
Yeah,
It's been really
good.
amazing.
It's been good.
It's been good. The food was amazing. Shout out to
Food.
Chef Cody.
Listen,
Shout out to Chef
Chef
Cody.
Cody. Woo woo.
Get at her. So, man, we're gonna after this song, we're gonna come back. We're probably gonna talk a little bit more.
Okay.
Cause I don't understand. But we're gonna take us into the last song
Yeah.
on the album.
So man, this last song. This last song is called Royalty, and it's a song for the family, for everybody to just know who you are. Take your rightful place and rise up. And so you can two-step to it. It's like, you can do a little, the dance that all of us do whenever we get together at a wedding, we got a party, at a cookout. This is that song for everybody to just kind of join in and enjoy it. So.
Rise up and take your rightful place. There's more than where you are, more than what you see. Rise up and take your rightful place. Agree with God and be the king you are. I know it's hard to see from where you are, but trust me, you're not that far. There's more than what you see. Soon it will be. Agree with God and be the king you are.
This has been fun.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
has been fun.
it was
This
great.
has been a lot of fun. Again, we're not going to close out just yet. We will. We will.
Okay.
I don't want to take too much of your time. All right, because when the show gets going, it gets going. But again, shout out to Kerry. Shout out to Shay. I want to tell you all that I appreciate y'all for coming here. July 1st, go get that album.
Please go
Yes,
get it.
July 1.
Support. If you don't get it, I'm not gonna say what we're gonna do, but please go get that.
Go get it.
Go get it.
Go get it.
July 1.
This has been a great. Good food,
Yeah.
good music, good wine. Is there anything else that I forgot that you guys want to add on to this?
No,
No.
it's just you guys also support this man for creating the platform for us artists to come and share with you guys.
Yeah, that's
So
pretty
we
dope.
celebrate you
That's pretty
and the
dope.
great things that
Yeah.
you are doing, bro.
Yeah.
Man, and for
Pretty
those
dope.
that don't know, okay, the studio was started this year, 2020. All right, we're blessed to, all thanks to God
Yes,
for
absolutely.
allowing us the ability to be able to fund this studio. The studio started in 2020, and COVID hit, and it kind of hit as any business was hit with
Yeah.
COVID. We were hit as well.
Right.
But before COVID, the first
Oh.
person,
Man.
the very first person to grace this studio, when the studio had nothing. Look, this wasn't even back here.
It was. We just had a
This
nice
wasn't
light.
even back here. What was it? What was it?
We had a nice light. Had a nice light.
That is all we had.
A very nice
We didn't
light.
even have the brick walls.
We had
All
a
right,
nice
we didn't even
light.
have that. It was just like
A
some
nice light.
Nice light.
A sea of blue. Kerry was the first person to come here. When I called Kerry up, I said, "Kerry, listen, this is what I'm trying to accomplish. This is what I'm trying to do," and he was all for it. Man, there's so much we could talk about.
Bruh.
From Jamaica.
Bro.
Look, we went to. I started that story too. So we went. I found Kerry. He
Found
was-
me.
I
was-
found him.
him.
I was lost.
He was on there. God delivered it.
You found me.
Fade. Look, so Kerry, so last year I had an opportunity to be able to, again, all thanks to God for blessing me, blessing us and everything with everything that has happened. But came down to Jamaica for my wedding.
I
Yeah,
definitely
he sure
came
did.
down to
He
Jamaica.
left us.
Came
I
down to
loved
Jamaica
it.
for my wedding last year.
Yeah.
And it was dope.
It was, I would have to say, they should have had you guys on Bravo. That wedding was phenomenal. The views.
What I saw it was really
Oh,
great.
man.
Views, like
It was amazing.
It was amazing,
Oh,
bro.
man.
It was.
It was a
It
pleasure
was.
to be around your family, man. You guys are the best people on the planet, man. You guys showed me love.
Oh,
Like
man.
I thought I was gonna come and be by myself,
Uh-huh.
and just kind of relax in the hotel
Mhm.
until it was time for me, to do my thing.
Mhm.
But man, as soon as I got off the plane, it was like, come on over
Oh,
here.
man.
I was just like,
It was like, Brother Kerry, come on. Oh, it was dope.
Yep.
It was dope. We had so much fun in Jamaica. But as I was saying, we opened up and Kerry was the first performer at the studio. And now, I'm usually behind the scenes. I don't even like the camera.
you're
I
doing
don't
good,
even
bro.
like the
Doing
camera.
real good.
All right, but Kerry, this is
Okay.
my first ever interview, and this is the first Echo Studio live interview
wow.
that we've had at the studio.
Wow.
And Kerry is gracing us with his presence, and we're lucky to have Shay come through. So
no, man.
please support Black business.
Yes.
Yes,
It
absolutely.
is a beautiful thing. Support
Absolutely.
your brothers, support your sisters,
Absolutely.
support
You
your
have
friends.
to. We're building a community.
Right, you have to.
Community of greatness, man. How can we rise if we are not supporting
We're our own. We have to support our own. We have to. Absolutely.
We would be wrong with everything going on to not support one another. So again,
Yeah.
that's music, food, and support
Yep.
has been the theme of this
Yeah.
show today.
It is.
We're gonna end it off with that.
Okay.
Sending praise to everyone out there in trying times. We know that it is hard. Stick through, and we love you.
Love you
Yep,
guys.
love you. Thanks for tuning in.